Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. And we got some more pre-1961 Apba bats. And we got a one-game series. Pittsburgh travels to the Cardinals on April 25th. Just a one-game series between these Cardinals and Pirates. And let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates. Leading off, playing shortstop, Honus Wagner. Batting second, playing center field, Paul Warner. Batting third, playing right field, Fred Clark. Batting fourth, playing left field, Ralph Kiner. Batting fifth, playing second base is George Grantham. Batting sixth, playing third base is Pod Trainer. Batting seventh, playing first base, Gus Sir. Batting eighth, doing the catching, Johnny Groch. And on the mound, doing the pitching is HOWIE CAMNITZ. And on to the hometown St. Louis Cardinals. We got leading off, playing second base, Ed Charentes. Batting second, playing right field is Enos Slaughter. Batting third, playing shortstop, Roger Hornsby. Batting fourth, playing left field, Stan Musial. Batting fifth, playing center field, Joe Medrick. Batting sixth, playing first base, Johnny Mize. Batting seventh, playing third base is Whitey Kozlowski. And batting eighth, doing the catching, Jimmy Wilson. And on the mound, Bill DOAK, batting ninth. Get down here to the stadium and get this game started. And as you can see, the records of these teams, Pittsburgh's 3-2 with 32 strikeouts, 21 walks, 10 doubles, and 13 triples. And the Cardinals are 3-3, 26 strikeouts, 28 walks, 8 doubles, and 6 triples. And we got Honus Wagner leading it off for the Pirates, batting .261 with no homers and 4 RBIs. Bill DOAK, this is his second appearance. He's 1-0. And he has yet to give up our earned run here in the season. And here's the pitch to Honus Wagner. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Stan the man, Musial's out there and makes the catch for out number one. Ken Castro's here today. Oh, exactly, man. It's been so long. I'm going crazy, ain't I? I am going crazy with it. And we got Paul Warner up. He's leading the National League with a .409 batting average, no homers and 1 RBI. Here's the pitch to Paul. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Whitey at third. He fires across the Mize for out number two. 2 up and 2 down. Here comes Fred Clark. Clark's batting .238 on the year. 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field as Clark turns on this one, drives it in the right for a 2-out base hit. And that'll bring out Ralph Kiner now. And Ralph's batting .250 with 2 homers and 5 RBIs. See if Ralph can do some damage here for the Pirates. And that's going to be a base on balls. Bill don't want nothing to do with Ralph. He walks him. Puts the go-ahead run down at second, though. First and second and 2 outs. And that'll bring up George Grantham. And George is batting .235. He's got a homer and 2 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And he drives that ball into the outfield. Let's see how far this one's going to travel. 15. And that's going to drop in left field for a single. And that's going to score Clark easily. Stan gets over there quickly, cuts it off, keeps it from going to the wall. Let's see if Ralph can get the third. He's going to stay down at second. So that's going to be an RBI single. And we're going to have first and second still for Pie Trainer. And now you got Pod Trainer up. He's batting 333 on the year. No homers and no RBIs. Here's the pitch to Pie. That's going to be a ground ball down the red at second. He's going to go to short way over the Hornsby. That'll end the inning. But Pittsburgh gets on the board. It's Pittsburgh 1. Cardinals coming up the bat. We'll have Red, Slaughter, and Hornsby due up here. And Red's batting 160 on the year with no homers and 2 RBIs. And he'll be facing Howie CAMNITZ. Howie's pitched in 2 games, 1 victory. He's 1-0 with a 3.86 ERA. And here's the pitch to Red. And that's going to be against the righty. Going to be an 18. That's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Paul Warner makes the catch for out number 1. These Pirates are tied for first with the Braves. Now we got Enos Slaughter up. He's batting 350 on the year with 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball again out to center field. 2 fly balls to center field, 2 quick outs. Up to Roger Hornsby. Get something going here. Roger's batting 269 with 4 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a base on balls. He trots on down to first with a 1-out, walk. Here comes Stan the man. Musial up to the plate. Musial's batting 217, no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be popped up down the third. And Pie's got it out in shallow left field. Makes the catch for out number 3. The Cardinals strand 1. We go to the top of the second. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh. Sir Gooch and Howie due up here. Gus Serve off to a slow start, batting 062. 1 for 16 with 4 RBIs. And as soon as I say that, Gus gets a hold of this, squares this up against Bill. And that ball is blasted out into right field. And that's going to roll around for a while. And that's going to be a leadoff triple. And Gus is down at third. Nobody out. The Cardinals are going to play back, hoping they can score some runs here. Not trying to give up a big inning with the leadoff runner down at third. Try to get some outs here. And we got Johnny Gooch up. Gooch is batting 211 with no homers and 4 RBIs. Can he pick up number 5? And that's going to be a ground ball down the pop up down the first. And let's see. Sorry, that is going to be a ground ball down the first. And Johnny's going to take it himself. And the runner's going to hold. So now there's 1 out and the runner still down at third. Let's see if Howie can help his own cause here. Howie is 0 for 2 on the year, getting a defensive play back. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. The defense back. And that's going to be an easy play for Hornsby. The runner is going to score. And now we got 2 down. And it's 2-0 Pittsburgh now. And we got Hornus Wagner up. And Wagner flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be well hit. Hornus Wagner squares this one up. And that ball is hit out into right field. It splits the gap. And that'll be a 2-out double by Hornus, standing down in second in scoring position. Again, the batting leader in the National League's up now. And Warner, he grounded out to third his first time up. Pirates are already up 2-0. And that's going to be might be a wild pitch. Nope, it's not going to be. Well, let's look here. 65, a wild pitch. It is going to be a wild pitch because he's not a 0. So that's going to be a wild pitch. So Got a runner down at third and Hornus Wagner. And now there's 2 outs for Warner. Here's the 1-0 pitch to him. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Medrick in center field. That'll end the inning, but the Pirates score 1. Double your fun, double your pleasure with Double Mint Gum. It's now 2-0 instead of 1-0. We go to the bottom of the second. We got Medrick, Mize, and Kowalski due up here. And Joe Medrick's batting .095, 2 for 21 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play, 64 on a 40. And that is going to be hit down to first. Have to re-roll some dice. 13. And that's going to be a nice play by Gus down there. He comes up with it, tosses it over to Howie covering. And that'll be out number 1. And you see the Pittsburgh schedule coming up. They leave St. Louis and then they go home to play Philadelphia, Ken's Phillies for 2 games. Then they go on the road to play the Giants and then back home to play the Dodgers. This is only a 1-game series here in St. Louis. And now you got Johnny Mize up. Johnny's batting .105 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And that's going to be an error on Pie. Trainer makes an error. Doesn't compound it by throwing it away. So Johnny Mize is aboard now with 1 out. And up to the plate is Whitey Kowalski. And Whitey's batting .333. He's got 3 homers on the year with 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up in the foul territory. Johnny Gooch throws the mask off near the dugout, makes the catch for out number 2. And Mr. Wilson's up. Jimmy Wilson, he's batting .130 with no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Clark. That'll end the inning. And the Cardinals strand 1. We go to the top of the third, 2-0 Pittsburgh. We got Clark, Kiner, and Grantham due up here for the Pirates. Fred singled and came around the score. And that's going to be another base hit as Clark gets aboard here with an infield hit. That'll bring up Ralph Kiner. See if Ralph can do something with Fred down at first. Already up 2-0. Ralph walked his first time up. Here's the pitch. And that ball is high. See how far this one travels, folks. That ball is blasted into the outfield. And that ball is out of here. Ralph Kiner with his 3rd home run of the season. Blast that into left field. And it is now 4-0 again. Double your pleasure, double your fun, double your gun. 4-0 Pittsburgh, just like that. Before you can look up. And that brings up George Grantham. Still nobody out here in the 3rd inning. Grantham, he singled and drove in a run his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. And the Cardinals are probably going to have to get the bullpen up already. Brings up Pie Trainer now with a runner down at first and still nobody out. Trainer reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. And that's what the doctor ordered. The pitcher's best friend. That ball's hit down the red at second. He tosses it over to Hornsby, over to Mize. 4-6-3 double play. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on. And Gus Ser's up now. Gus tripled and came around to score. Here's the pitch to Gus. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Whitey at third. He fires over the Mize. That'll end the inning. But the 2-run homer by Ralph Kiner makes it a 4-0 lead. As the Pirates are still trying to hold on to first place. Like I say, they're in a tie with the Braves. We got Bill DOAK up, followed by Red and Slaughter. Bill is 0 for 2 during the year. And that's going to be a comebacker to Howie. He's up with it. Fires over to first. That'll be out number 1. Here comes Red now. And Red is 0 for 1. He flew out the center his first time up. That's going to be a ground ball down to Grantham at second. Over to Gus. 2 quick outs. Here in the third. Here comes Big Country Enos Slaughter. He flew out the center his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Hornets Wagner. And while I see that Hornets Wagner, we're going to make a little change here. I thought I fixed all this. Okay, do a little behind the scenes edit in here. Go to Pittsburgh. And we didn't do this at all for him, did we? Okay. First, second, and third. Alrighty, see if there's anybody else we missed while we're here. Got that. We'll go back here. Must not have got these guys. Sorry about this, folks. Just take a few seconds here. Thought I got all this done. But apparently I didn't. Just makes the game a little cleaner. Alrighty, now we can go back to the game and get her going. Got all that straightened out. Alrighty. And that was a ground ball down to Hornus Wagner. He's up with it, fires over to first. And that'll be the third out. 1, 2, 3. What happened there? And that'll end the inning. And the Cardinals go down in order. We go to the top of the fourth. We got Gooch, Howie, and then back to Hornus Wagner. Johnny Gooch, he grounded out the first, his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Hornsby. He fires over to Mize for out number 1. And you can see that the Pirates are batting .265, a .324 on base percentage, slugging .534, and an OPS of .858. The Cardinals, as you could tell by the lineup, probably are struggling with the bats, batting .212 and on base percentage of .307, a slugging of .439, and an OPS of .746. And Howie's up now with 1 out. He did have a ground ball RBI his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Hornsby. 2 ground balls down the short, 2 quick outs. And here we got Hornus Wagner up now. And Wagner's 1 for 2 with the double. Flew out the left his other time up. And another ground ball. 3 ground balls down to Hornsby, 3 outs. Pirates go down 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of the fourth we go. We got Hornsby, Musial, and Medrick due up here. And Hornsby walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Hornus fires over to Gus for out number 1. Here's Mr. Stan the Man. And he popped up the third his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit, I believe. Let's see. Against the 20. No, that's going to be a nice play down there by Hornus. That's short. Into the hole. Fires over and gets Stan the Man for out number 2. Tip of the cat to Horns on Wagner there. And now you got Joe Medrick up. And he grounded out the first his first time up. That's going to be the first base runner for the Cardinals. The base on balls. Medrick walks on down. Second base runner walks on down to first. I forgot they had to walk and then a double play. So Medrick's down at first with 2 outs. And Johnny Mize is up. Johnny reached on an error his first time up. And woo, dropped the dice. And it makes it an official game. And let's see here. 7. The runner down at first against the 21. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Grantham's going to go to first. That's going to end the inning. And the Cardinals leave another one. We go to the top of the 5th. It's still 4-0 Pittsburgh. And now we got Warner, Clark, and Kiner due up here. Paul is batting 0 for 2 today. And you see the Cardinals' upcoming schedule after they play this game here against the Pirates. The Giants come to town for 2. Then they go on the road and play 3 games against the Phillies. So here's the pitch to Paul. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Medrick in center field for out number 1. And Fred Clark's up now. Mr. Clark's 2 for 2. He singled twice, came around the score both times. And that's going to be another base hit. He spins on this one, pulls it down in the right field. And again, he's on with 1 out. He came in to score the last time when Ralph hit a 2-run shot. See if Ralph can do it again, folks. And they don't want no parts of him. They're going to walk Ralph for the second time. Now you got first and second and 1 out for George Grantham. See if Grantham can make him pay for walking Ralph. And George is 1 for 1. He's walked and he had an RBI single. Clark down at second with excellent speed. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Big strikeout there. High Trainer up now with 2 outs. And Clark at second. Ralph at first. Pie's 0 for 2. He's reaching a fielder's choice and grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. And that's going to be a ground ball down the red at second. He's going to toss it over to Mize at first. That'll end the inning. Pirates straining 2. To the bottom of the 5th we go. And we got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Cardinals. Whitey, Wilson, and DOAK. And Whitey's 0 for 1. He popped up the catcher his first time up in foul territory. And that's going to be an easy ground ball down there at short. And Hornus fires over to Gus for out number 1. And Mr. Wilson's up now. And Wilson's 0 for 1. He flew out the right his first time up. That's going to be a base hit in the right field as Clark can't get to that one. And that's going to be the first base hit of the game for the Cardinals. There goes your no-no, folks. In the bottom of the 5th with 1 out. That'll bring up Bill. And Bill's going to try to bunt him over, try to get something going here. Bill's 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to the pitcher. And he lays down a nice bunt. And Howie's only play is going to be over to first with Grantham covering. That'll be out number 2, but that gets the runner in scoring position. So Wilson down at second with 2 outs now. And Red's up. Red's flown out to center and grounded out to second. And that might be a base hit. Let's see here. 18. And yep, that's going to be a single in the right field. And with 2 outs, Wilson's going to probably try to score. Let's see here. 3. That'll be a 54. 54 minus 32 plus the 11. 33. 33. And there's not even going to be a throw. Red's going to get an RBI single. And make this a 4-1 game. So a no-hitter and the shutout all gets thrown away here in the 5th. And it brings up Enos Slaughter now. Slaughter is 0 for 2. Flew out the center and grounded out the short. And that'll do it. That's a fly ball out to Ralph in left field. He makes the catch for out number 2. Out number 3, rather. Cardinals get on the board, cut the lead to 3. We go to the top of the 6th. We got Sir Gooch and Howie due up here. Gus has tripled and came around the score and grounded out the 3rd. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Musial's got it for out number 1. And Johnny Gooch is up now. And Johnny's 0 for 2. He's grounded out the 1st and short. And not this time. Johnny squares this one up against Bill. And that ball is driven into the gap. That'll be a 1-out double in the right field. Now Howie's up. The runner down at second. And Howie is 0 for 2. He does have an RBI. He's grounded out to short twice. He's going to try to lay down a bunt and try to get Gooch down the 3rd. He doesn't have great speed. And a 42, that's going to be swing squared around the bunt. He misses the 2nd bunt attempt. That'll be 2 strikes. They're going to keep the bunt on. And a 24 with a sacrifice. And a 63 down the short, an 8. When a 63 should be column number 3. And it is. And he misses another attempt to bunt, and he's going to strike out. So Howie can't get the job done. So Johnny's still down at second. And we got Hornus Wagner up. He's 1 for 3 with a double. He's flown out the left and grounded out the short the other times up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Musial. That'll end the inning. A strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still a 4-1 lead for the Pirates. And we got Hornsby, Musial, and Medrick due up here for the Cardinals. Rogers is 0 for 1. He's walked and grounded out the short. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Grantham at second. That'll be a quick out. And now we got Stan up. And Musial is 0 for 2. He's popped up the third and grounded out the short. And that's going to be a rare play, a 46 on a 40. And 24. And that's going to be, let's see here, 2, 4, 5, 9, 17, 18, 27, 27, 37. So that's going to be fielding column number 2. That's going to be a strikeout, and the batter gets ejected from the game for disputing balls and strikes. So that's a strikeout, and now we're going to have to get somebody else in there for Stan the man. I'll have to remember that. So he just got ejected for arguing balls and strikes. Let's do that now before I forget. See who's going to come out and play left field. And Chick's going to come out and play left field. Stan gets ejected from the game. See if I don't wound up the crowd and the team. Down by 3. Nobody on, and 2 outs for Joe Medrick. And Joe is 0 for 1. He's walked and grounded out the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Warner's got it. 1, 2, 3 goes to Cardinals. We go to the top of the 7th. Make that adjustment here for him getting thrown out. And where is he at? Go to the bench. And there's Chick. He's going to come in and bat in a 4 spot. Stay in and play left. Alrighty. So now you got Warner, Clark, and Kiner due up here. And try to get Bill through this 7th inning. And Paul's 0 for 3. He is grounded out the third, flown out twice to center. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one out to Slaughter and right. And that'll be out number 1. Here's Clark, who's having a fine game today. He is 3 for 3. 3 singles. Came around to score twice. And this will be the first time they get him out. That ball's hit out to center field. Joe Medrick's got room, makes the catch for out number 2. Here's Ralph Kiner now. Ralph with that 2-run shot, and he's been walked his other 2 times. And they're going to walk him a 3rd time. They don't want nothing to do with Ralph. They pitched to him 1 time, and he made them pay. And that brings up Grantham. He has yet to make them pay. Well, he does have a single and an RBI. He's walked and struck out. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. Grantham strikes out for out number 3. So Ralph gets stranded at first. We make it to the 7th inning stretch. We got Mize, Whitey, and Wilson due up here. Johnny Mize is 0 for 2. Reached on an error and grounded out the 2nd. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. That's going to be an error on Pye. I believe that's his 2nd error of the game. Yep, he had the error against Johnny Mize. So that's 2 errors by Trainer when Mize is up to bat. So the big cat's aboard here with nobody out. Whitey Kowalski's up now. Whitey is 0 for 2. He's fouled out to the catcher, and he's grounded out the short. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ralph and left for out number 1. And now you got Mr. Wilson, Jimmy Wilson up. And Jimmy's 1 for 2. He has flown out the right, singled, and came around to score the only run for the Cardinals. And that ball is well hit. Mr. Wilson launches this one. See how far this one travels, folks. And that's going to be hit out in the right field. And Mr. Wilson's putting on the Jets. And that's going to be an RBI triple. Wilson's down at third now. And it's a 4-2 ball game. And they're going to pitch hit for Bill DOAK. That'll be it for Bill. And that'll get the bullpen up. Howie was cruising through this game. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch hit. And it looks like it's going to be Mr. Bonhamley. Jim Bonhamley's going to come off the bench, the lefty. See if he can get something going here. Pirates will play back. Give up a run for an out. There's Jim. And Bonhamley's batting .300 on the year with no homers and 1 RBI. It's a 4-2 ball game now. Cut it in half with that run. And like I say, the Pirates will play back. Here's the pitch to Bonhamley. And he's going to make them pay, folks. That ball is driven into right field. Yeah, that ball is driven in the right field. Let's see how far this ball is going to travel. This might tie this ball game up, folks. And it 6. And it does. That's a home run by Jim Bonhamley. And this game is tied up. Didn't want that. Bonhamley comes off the bench and hits a 2-run homer. And the crowd goes crazy here in St. Louis. And it's a 4-4 ball game. They've scored 3 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Howie's struggling. He's due up 3rd, I think, in this inning. 4th. See if he can get through. It's only 1 out here in the 7th. Back to the top of the order in Red. Red is 1 for 3. He's flown out the center, grounded out the second, and had an RBI single his last time up. And that's going to be against the righty. And that's going to be a 19. That's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Clark's got room this time. That'll be out number 2. And Enos Slaughter's up now. And Slaughter's 0 for 3. He's flown out the center and left and grounded out the short. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Howie's got it. Fires over to first. That'll end the inning. But the Cardinals score 3. 2 of them on the pitch hit home run by Bonhamley. We go to the 8th inning. We're tied up at 4 apiece. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch for the Cardinals. You got Pod Trainer up, followed by Gus and Gooch. So you got a righty, a lefty, and a switchy. So it don't really matter what side they pitch from. And I think old Harry's going to come out. Harry Saley's going to come out of the bullpen. Try to keep this game tied up. And where's he at? There's old Slim. So this is Slim's 2nd appearance. He doesn't have a record, and he hasn't given up an earned run. He'll be facing Trainer, Sir, and Gooch. Pie is 0 for 3 today. He has reached on a fielder's choice, grounded out the second twice. And that's going to be a ground ball this time down the short. And that'll be out number one. One up and one down here in the eighth. And Gus Sir is up now. And Gus is 1 for 3 with a triple. Grounded out the third and flew out the left. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Slim's got it. Fires over to Mize for out number two. And Johnny Gooch is up now. And Johnny's 1 for 3 with a double. He's grounded out the first and short. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. 41 on an 8. That'll probably be fielding column number 2. Nope, that's fielding column number 1. And that's going to be a nice play by Wilson. He's up with it. Fires down the first to get Gooch. And that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Howie's due to lead off the 9th. Can he get through this 8th inning? It'll be a short leash. They may do a double switch. Bring Gibson in. So Howie will be facing Hornsby. Chick Hafey will be his first at bat since Enos got thrown out of the game in Medrick. And Roger Hornsby's 0 for 2. He's walked and grounded out the short and second. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Grantham at second. That'll be out number 1. And Chick Hafey, like I say, this will be his first plate appearance today. He is 0 for 1 on the season. See if Chick can get something to go on here. And that's going to be against a righty. It's going to be 15. And that's going to be a nice play down there at short. No matter of fact, Howie's going to strike him out. Howie strikes him out. Chick goes down for out number 2. Joe Medrick's up now. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out the first. He's walked and he's flown out the center. And an 8 against that. That'll be a 21. That'll be a fly ball out to Clark in right field. 1, 2, 3 goes the Cardinals. So Howie gets them through the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th. We're tied up at 4 apiece. I'll have a pitch hitter here for Howie. And then we'll have the top of the order in Wagner and Warner. See who's going to come off the bench here. Alrighty. Got a lot of lefties on the bench. And the Grote. Dick Grote's going to come off the bench. See if he can get aboard here. And get the go ahead run down at first. Where's the Grote at? There's Dick Grote. So Grote, he has not had a plate appearance yet. And in 1960, he batted .325 with 2 homers and 50 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Grote. And that's going to be against the righty, a lefty rather, a 10 and an 8. And that's going to be a base hit. Nice job by the Grote. That's a base hit in the left field. So Dick Grote does his job here, folks. Gets on board with a leadoff single here in the top of the 9th. Grote down at first now. And with his speed, they're going to let him down there right now at first. They're not going to pitch run for him until he gets in the scoring position. Well, maybe not. Let's look. Let's see who we got on the bench here, speed-wise. And they're going to bring out Max Carey. Max Carey is going to pitch run for the Grote. Come on now, I gotta be able to get to it. There we go. So Max comes out and pitch runs for the Groat. So you got a runner down at first with nobody out. And Hornus Wagner at the plate. He's 1 for 4. He has flown out the left. He's doubled. He's flown out the left twice, and he's grounded out the short. Here's the pitch to Hornus Wagner, and Hornus Wagner gets a hold of this, folks. A double might score carry from first. That's why they pitch ran with him. And that's going to be a double in the right field, I believe. Yep, a double in the right field. Enos Slaughter's out there. 42 minus a 33 plus the 17, a 26. Do they want to send him with nobody out? They are going to send him and try to score. 26, 52 or lower. He's safe at home, and he's in there. And that's an RBI double by Hornus Wagner, folks. Hornus Wagner drives that ball in the right field, and he gets an RBI for his trouble. And now Hornus Wagner's down at second, and still nobody out. And they're going to let Slim in here. You got 2 lefties coming up. After that, if he can't get out of this inning, they'll have to bring somebody in to pitch to Ralph. Not going to let Slim pitch to Ralph. And Paul Warner's 0 for 4. He has grounded out to third. He has flown out to center twice and to right. And that's going to be against the lefty. I'll make him a 21 on a 10. 21 on a 10. And that's going to be popped up down the second. Red makes the catch for out number 1. So the lefty-lefty matchup worked that time. See if it'll work against Clark here. And Clark is 3 for 4. He has singled 3 times, came around to score twice, and flew out the center. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that is going to be a 55 on a 9. That should still be column number 1, I would think. Barely column number 1. And with 2 outs, that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Medrick makes the catch out there. And Hornus is going to stay at second for out number 2. And now, let's see here. I don't think you let Slim pitch. He's due up 4th. So this might just be a 1. If they're able to come back and tie this game, this might be just for 1 batter. So Wild Bill Helen's going to come out here and pitch to Ralph Kiner. Or you can walk him. That's what they're going to do. They're going to let Slim pitch. They're going to walk Ralph intentionally. And then that'll bring up Grantham. First and second, that gives you a force. And you got the lefty-lefty matchup. So they walk Ralph and pitch to George Grantham, who's 1 for 3. He has an RBI single. He's walked once and struck out the last 2 times. Here's the pitch to George. And he might make them pay here against the lefty, though. George doesn't hit lefties well at all. At 25, and it pays off. That's a fly ball out to center left field. Chicky Baby's out there, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But Hornus Wagner with the RBI double gives the Pirates a 5-4 lead. Now we need a pitcher here. You got Mize, a lefty, and then 2 righties due up. And it's going to be Rory Face is going to come out of the bullpen and try to nail this game down. Keep the Pirates in first place. And there's face. Like I say, he'll be facing Mize, Whitey Kolowski, and Jimmy Wilson. Johnny Mize is 0 for 3. He's reached on 2 errors by Pod Trainer, and he's grounded out the second. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Face strikes out Mize for out number 1. Here comes Whitey up now. And Whitey is 0 for 3. He's popped up to the catcher in foul territory, grounded out the short, and flew out the left. And a 9 against the righty. That'll be a 17. And that's going to be an infield hit. So Cardinals ain't giving up yet. And Whitey's down there at first. And they might have to use a pitch runner here. And Ken Boyer's going to come out of the dugout. He's going to run for Whitey and stay in the game. So Ken Boyer's going to come out here and pitch run for Whitey with 1 out. Like I say, if they tie this game up and it goes into extra innings, Boyer will stay in and play third base. And Mr. Wilson's up now with a runner down at first and 1 out. The tying run at first. Go ahead, run at the plate. And Mr. Wilson's 2 for 3 with a triple, RBI single, and he's flown out the right. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Paul Warner in center field. The Cardinals are down to their last out. And he's going to grab a bat here for Slim. See who's going to come out here and face Roy Face. And it's going to be Jesse Burkett. The lefty's going to come out of the dugout. See if Jesse can keep this game alive. Cardinals down to their last out. Again, you got Ken Boyer down at first with 1 out. Jesse's batting .750 on the season with no homers and no RBIs. Here's the pitch to Jesse. And that's going to be against the righty, 16. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Clark Cam's under it, makes the catch, and that's going to be the ball game. And the Pirates hang on to a 5-4 win. First base. Look here at the box score. And the Pirates 5 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors. The Cardinals 4 runs on 5 hits and no errors. Hornus Wagner 2 for 5 with the game-winning RBI. Ralph Kiner goes 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer. They walked him 4 times, folks. The Pirates were 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Lucky to get out of the Dodge with a win. Left 9 men on base. And Mr. Wilson was 2 for 4 for the Cardinals. They were 2 for 2 with runners in scoring position. They made their hay when they had the chance. Wilson with a triple, and Jim Bonham with that 2-run homer. And they left 5 men on base. Howie stays in the game to get the win. He's 2-0. Goes 8 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Walked 2, struck out 2, and gave up a home run. Face comes in, pitches an inning, gets his first save, gives up a hit and strikes out 1. Bill Doak goes 7 innings, gives up 8 hits, 4 runs, walked 4, struck out 3, and gave up the home run. And Slim Saley comes in, picks up the loss, pitches 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, walked 1. Take a look here at the standings. Like I say, now the Pirates will probably be a half a game ahead of the Braves. Yep. And the American League, the Yankees are a half a game ahead of the Indians. Orioles and Senators are a game back. Red Sox and Tigers a game and a half back. White Sox 2.5. And the A's 4 games back. And like I say, the Pirates with that win, now a half a game ahead of the Braves, a game ahead of the Reds, Giants, and Cubs. And the Dodger, Cardinals, and Phillies are all a game and a half back. Ted Williams right now is leading the American League with a 500 batting average. And Sweet Lou and Babe Ruth have 5 home runs. And Ted Williams with 13 RBIs on the year. And in the National League, Ed Delaney with a 400 batting average. Hank Aaron with 4 homers and 13 RBIs to lead the National League. You got Bob Shockey with a .6 ERA leading the American League. Jack Chisbro and 4 others, I believe. How many? 1, 2, 3 others with 2 wins. You got 3 pitchers with 2 saves. And in the National League, Bucky Walters with a .056 ERA. And now you got with Howie getting a win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitchers with 2 wins and 2 pitchers with 2 saves. Leading MVP in the American League is Lou Gehrig, and Jack Chisbro's leading with the Best Pitcher Award. Eddie Delaney's leading in the MVP voting in the National League, and Dazzy Vance is leading with the Best Pitcher Award. I want to thank Ken Castro for stopping in here and watching this 1-game series. And the next game you'll see on the channel, I believe it's the White Sox. I'm not sure who they're playing. It might be the Senators. Let's check here. Playing the Tigers and see how many game series that is. That's a 1, the 24th, and the 25th. So that's a 2-game series there. So a 2-game series for the Tigers and the White Sox in Detroit. Until next time, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of St. Louis, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until next time, y'all take care and have a great evening.